that I remember, and that's grabbing his nuts when it was all over with. And it wasn't that fun.
Were they? Did he have bigger nuts than Mike does? Mike Big Balls Ritland.
Yeah, they were. I don't remember. Size, consistency, whether they were full firm or soft. But I just remember that was the highlight of the whole thing, was grabbing his nuts and saying, "Hey, wasn't that fun?"
I actually do remember that. We were just getting, like, we were on the loading bay or whatever. Like where you climb back up on the ship, and I was like, "What the f*** are you doing?" So that's no shit. He's not even joking. He did grab my.
Kind of lighten some of those serious situations with humor. I tend to kind of laugh when I get nervous, and so I think it only gets worse over time. At least for me, with just stupid antics to kind of lighten up sometimes the most serious moments.
Yeah. Oh, you grabbed Mike's nuts.
Yeah.
I grabbed his nuts and said, "Wasn't that fun?"
Oh, shit, I thought you grabbed the Yemenis nuts, the Yemeni guy's nuts.
No. After the Yemenis guy decided he didn't want to play, then I was like, "Oh, well, I'll just play with Mike instead."
Never a dull moment with
it was. I mean, I don't know how deep you guys have gotten into it, but for me, I've told people time and time again, if there's one thing that'll take your level of patriotism up a couple of notches, is rolling up on a really advanced destroyer like that, listing in a Yemenese harbor. It was like, holy, this is actually real. And there's that little overwhelming feeling, like, wait a minute, these guys are this capable. It was just a surreal experience when we first arrived there. So, and then everything after that was without a doubt kind of first time for a lot of stuff, and we were all just figuring it out as we moved along.
Well, yeah, I was telling him, especially because it was pre 9/11, so just the mentality of the SEAL teams and the country and the world at that point was very different, and so it was even more impactful that way. Not that it wouldn't be if it happened today again, but it just, because it was so out of the blue, and Al Qaeda was not a household name at that point the way that it is now, and the crew was pretty rattled, and we were all kind of sobered up real quick, coming from Bahrain, hanging out off, on the tail end of a month in Australia doing the same shit. It was kind of a slap in the face of like, hey, this is pretty serious.